The AU Agenda 2063 Ambassadorial Assembly, in collaboration with African Civil Society Forum and Africa School of Diplomacy and International Studies, has organized 2022 African Young Leadership Summit. The aim of the summit was to promote Africa Agenda through Africa Vision 2063, good governance, rule of law, human rights, and prosperous Africa for all. Speaking for the chairman of the occasion, Dr. Gboyega Olaniyan urged the youth to take the leadership opportunity, beckon on them at any possible time, while enjoying those nominated for the ambassadorial induction to see it as a responsibility.
Those people that we have already recognized that is standing in today upon the podium, I say you shouldn't rest upon your words. You should do a lot more because the nation is waiting for you. This nation needs more of your input, and we are waiting to see you on the top. And I strongly believe that together we can truly do. And our journey has just begun now. We can't just afford to rest.
I think first and foremost, we need to understand what the Constitution really says about our country, understand how it binds us together, understand how it supports our existence as a people. And I think we should also focus on ensuring that we do not just listen to politicians, but also ask them the hows and how they intend to achieve all of the things they say they want to achieve. If you did listen to my speech inside, I did make it very clear that for us to achieve the things we want to achieve, some of the things that are happening within our system, especially with the civil service, have got to be readdressed. Because as far as I'm concerned, regardless of all the things that the politicians will be talking about, implementation has got to go through the civil service structure, which is in dire need of our attention. Yes, I think that there's nothing wrong with the protest, by the way. There's nothing wrong in voicing out the things that really concern you, but I think we are not really picking up on the right topics. We should be picking up on the right agendas that would actually unite us rather than, show that we are against or a certain class of people. I think what we should be talking about right now as young people is how we can push for example, the eradication of state of origin. Let us see ourselves as one, and that the only way you can get through to the next level is through your true competence and support for the country, and understanding that you must come first as a Nigerian before any ethnic, religious, cultural, or socio-political space.
The Agenda 2063 is a framework for development. I'm always telling people that this 2063 is not everybody that know the idea behind it. The idea behind the AU Agenda 2063 is a framework for development for the next 50 years. So in this journey of 50 years, you also agree with me that along the line from that 2013 till now, and 80 years within the line has also gone. So we have like a 42 years ahead of us now. We want to see the Africa that someone can wake up from Nigeria. You find yourself or yourself in South Africa without necessary, being undergoing the process of visa. So we need an Africa that is just one, the United States of Africa, where everyone will no longer be seen as a Nigerians or as a Zambians or what have you, that you see yourself as an Africa. The Africa that is built around with common currency, the Africa that the development, we cut across. There's no need of discriminating that, we are this, we are that. Even the problem we are facing in Nigeria today of issue of currencies, I also believe that the day will come where we have a common currencies in Africa that will not even bother.
I would like to say that while recognition was never the motivation, but I still feel very grateful and feel most honored to be given this award. However, I grew up in an environment that, looking at all that was happening in my environment, that gave me that sort of inspiration to strive very hard, to be more committed to our people, to enable them to see a greater vision that drives them on as a vehicle, to encourage the young youth, young women to see that boldness to live and to lead effectively. And that's been my passion, because what's it's most important to me is good leadership. And if we focus on our young youth, young women to understand the rules of leadership, then we can be able to drive Africa to the greatest vision possible.
The highlight was taking hold of office and presentation of ambassadorial badges and certificates to the awardees by Ambassador Ahmed Buhari, the Speaker of the AU Agenda 2063 Ambassadorial Assembly, and Dr. Mrs. Becky Mamsa, Chairperson, Board of Directors, Pan-African Chamber of Culture, Trade and Investment.
So the position of African Union Ambassador 2063, an ID card.
Lope Oludayo for News Portal Africa TV.